what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Yesterday we watched a video on Alcatraz, and after that I told you all that I want to watch this video. It's titled The Dark Secrets of the Real Men in Black. And I don't know, I find it interesting. So without further ado, let's see what the dark secrets of the real Men in Black are.
Imagine a society so advanced, they find a way to build a ship that can travel the vast expanse of space. This leads us to an interesting hypothetical. If aliens have visited us, and there are millions of people convinced they have, why is there no definitive proof? Perhaps the answer lies in a mysterious group of governmental agents, tasked with masking the truth, ordained by the powers that be to keep the secrets of the cosmos under wraps. Today, we investigate the secrets of the Men in Black, whose only mission seems to be to cover up actual evidence of aliens on Earth.
I thought Men in Black were the aliens, though. Aren't these the people who come up to people's doors and it's like, you know, like, don't talk about it? Or am I mistaken? I might be. It's gonna explain it to me in a second. Do you guys believe in aliens, though? Comment down below. I do believe in aliens 100%, but not like, you know, like not necessarily like the aliens that we see in the pictures with the huge eyes and, you know, huge heads and the like. I think there must be some type of bacteria or something, some type of cell life somewhere in the universe, or maybe even like something similar to what we have here, but or maybe something smarter, I don't know, but there must be something. I mean, if the universe is endless, which is such a weird concept as well, because it's just impossible for me to, well, it's impossible to imagine something infinite. Then come on, like there must be some type of life out there. Like it would be crazy to me, it would be crazy to think that we're the only ones like in the whole universe. There might be so many other suns and, you know, Milky Way type things. Like, who knows? Maybe there's someone who's questioning the same thing at the same time as I am somewhere else. Who knows? But yeah, okay.
Albert K. Bender grew fascinated by UFOs, researching endless hours in the Bridgeport Public Library. Reaching out to the broader UFO enthusiast world, he founded the IFSB, the International Flying Saucer Bureau. This was May of 1952. 5 months later, on October 1952, they released their magazine, Space Review. Already, they boasted branches in 6 countries, including Mexico, Italy, and Australia. Sightings of UFOs had increased that year in and around Washington, D.C., and Bender published articles about the sightings that he was aware of at the time. Was this a warning by aliens unhappy to have written reports describing their antics? Bender began to sense he was in danger, but he had a plan. He published the following, calling occupants of interplanetary craft that have been observing Earth. We of IFSB wish to make contact with you. We are your friends. He asked everyone reading Space Review to all send a telepathic message on March 15th, 1953. This would be Contact Day. He claimed that aliens had contacted him telepathically.
Also, if aliens was contacting us, I don't know, I'd leave them on read, you know, I've leave them on red, because like it's so hard to even like maintain human freaking friendships and stuff. Imagine like trying to be peaceful with aliens. Like I just don't feel like it's a smart idea to, you know, you live your life, we'll live ours. And that's it, because what if, you know, what if we got the aliens mad? Then what?
This message sounds familiar. It probably is. In 1974, the music group Klaatu turned it into a popular hit song. And a year later, the Carpenters released their own top 10 version. On Contact Day, Bender, along with his many followers, began his mental message. But something went wrong. His head began to ache, flashing blue lights swirled about, and the room smelled of rotten eggs. Then a voice spoke. We have been watching you and your activities. Please be advised to discontinue delving into the mysteries of the universe. We will make an appearance if you disobey. Frightened of this experience, but determined to get the truth out, Bender didn't stop. He He described this encounter in his magazine, along with other stories about alien connections. After days of feeling that he was being watched and followed, and coming home to small changes as if someone had been going through his UFO data, Bender had a visit from the beings who would become known as the Men in Black. In
I'm scared, guys.
1962, Bender documented that he had seen in his book Flying Saucers and the Three Men, dressed in black suits and wearing sunglasses and black fedoras. The trio used telepathic communication. They suggested the bodies Bender was seeing were abducted humans used to communicate. They showed him images of a planet destroyed by marauders from a system of planets far away. The system the aliens came from. The message was clear. They had destroyed one planet, and they could do it again. They were here, according to Bender, to take a valuable chemical from the Earth's ocean, and interference would not be tolerated. Then they gave Bender a telepathic vision of what they really looked like. As Bender wrote, it depicted a hideous monster, more horrifying than any I have ever seen depicted in the work of science fiction or fantasy artists. Whatever the truth, Bender canceled his Space Review magazine in October 1953, a year after starting it.
Obviously, again, I'm a very skeptical person, so it might have just been that he went crazy, but still, it's tough.
Despite his IFSB having a huge international following, he wrote in his last issue, "We would like to print the full story in Space Review, but because of the nature of the information, we are sorry that we have been advised in the negative. We advise those engaged in saucer work to please be very cautious." The Men in Black accomplished their mission. The International Flying Saucer Bureau was finished and the truth remained hidden. Even the release of his book 9 years later failed to revive the hysteria that would be expected from a visit.
I feel like, if anything, the government would know if there's something, or maybe not. I don't know. I just feel like anyone who would be in contact with something outside of this world would literally go crazy. How can you keep that type of information? I understand why you would keep it, so to keep peace in the world, because everybody would be like, what the? Your whole world how you perceive the world would change completely. But I don't know. I'm gonna have a crisis over this video.
5 years before Bender had his visitation from the telepathic Men in Black, Harold Dahl had his encounter with these dark-dressed space police. Out with his son and dog on a conservation mission to Puget Sound, Washington, Harold Dahl spotted 6 donut-shaped crafts floating a half a mile above his boat. He watched in amazement as one of the shapes dropped 15,000 feet, raining metallic debris all about. Tragically, his son was injured and his dog killed by the debris. He managed to take some photos, which he later showed to his supervisor, Fred Chrisman. Fred was skeptical, but when he went to the site, he saw the strange craft with his own eyes. The next morning, a man in a black suit came to see Dahl. They spoke about the past day's experience, and Dahl was warned to not speak of the incident. Bad things would happen if he did.
Nah, I'm scared. Should we be watching this video? If someone pulls up to my door right now in a suit, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna die. That's it. I can't deal with that. It's scary. But again.
Gray Barker, in his 1956 book, They Knew Too Much About Flying Saucers, wrote this quote from the mysterious Men in Black.
If they were as advanced as they say, why would these stories even be out? I'm guessing they could just wash this out of existence, basically, out of our memories, out of everything. So
what I have said is proof to you that I know a great deal more about this experience of yours than you will want to believe. Harold Dahl and Fred Chrisman later claimed that the whole thing was a hoax. Was it? The confession sparked a strong belief that the Men in Black did, in fact, exist, and that they scared the two men into false confession. What about the pictures? The evidence that convinced Chrisman and Dahl had seen something. The photos were blurred, too much so to make out any evidence. Was this another act by the Men in Black? Dahl claimed that they had blurred the photos somehow. Before their supposed confession, Harold and Fred contacted a Chicago newspaper with their story. 2 military officers of Army A2 intelligence at the request of the newspaper, came to investigate the site. The next day, the B-25 plane the two officers were flying back home in caught fire and crashed. Both officers were killed. Did the men in black send a loud message to Harold and his supervisor? Did the two officers have information that would have verified the existence of aliens? Or was this just a coincidence? Is there any evidence?
I feel like nowadays also, I have a conspiracy theory. So you know how AI and everything, like you can't trust anything nowadays. Maybe that's to cover up if some truth comes out, you know, you don't even know if it's real or not anymore. So most people won't believe it because they're like, can I trust the news? No, I can't. Can I trust the internet? No, I can't. Like the only thing we can trust things is if we see it by our own two eyes, and that's probably not going to happen for everyone.
To back the claims of our eyewitnesses. In 2008,
I also believe that social media and everything is made for us to be distracted, mostly, which sounds crazy because I work as a social media content creator, basically, but I still believe that.
Is there any evidence to back the claims of our eyewitnesses? In 2008, Shane Zavar and a hotel security officer claimed they had spotted a UFO from the Niagara Falls hotel that they both worked at. Later, two men dressed in black came to the hotel room looking for the men. Security footage from the hotel shows the men had been there just as described. Hotel staff claimed that they were hairless, not even having eyebrows. The angles show two exceptionally large men, ominous and serious, but the clarity cannot confirm or discredit the claims to the hotel staff. 40 years earlier, in 1968, UFO researcher Jack Robinson was stalked by a determined man who stood outside their New Jersey apartment building for 3 consecutive days. Jack and his wife reported their apartment had appeared to be rummaged through. Their friend, Timothy Green Beckley, managed to get a single photo of the man. He stood ominously in the doorway of a nearby building, a black hat perched on his head, a black trench coat over his black suit.
Where's the photo?
Other witnesses or targets of the men in black described the men as having no eyebrows or eyelashes. Their pale white skin is cold to the touch, and they maintain a blank, business-like facial expression. Some have reported that they wear lipstick, and upon closer examination, seem to have slits for mouths. They don't quite seem human, and have only approached people who have...
Like this? I feel like if the aliens are as advanced, you know, and they have flying plates and they can come on Earth and they can talk with telepathy, I feel like if aliens were among us, they would look like human beings. I mean, come on now. If you're an alien and you make a flying plate and you come down on Earth, at least you can put some false eyebrows on you, you know?
Seen or researched UFOs. Aside from an unusual physical appearance, the men in black may possess powers not normally associated with human beings. Dan Aykroyd, famous for bringing us Ghostbusters and the Blues Brothers, was working on a TV series called Out There, devoted to alien encounters. He was on set filming an episode when he decided to step out for a break. Out on the streets of New York City, Aykroyd spotted a black car across the street. A tall man wearing a black suit stepped out of the car and gave him an angry glare. Aykroyd turned his head away for less than 3 seconds, and when he looked back, the car was gone. 2 hours later, the producers of the show informed the actor that the series was canceled, and that none of the episodes, including the ones already shot, would ever be shown to the public.
That's weird.
Did the men in black have some sort of alien power over time? Could they materialize and dematerialize at will? And what happened in the 2 hours that convinced the network to cancel the show?
Again, if they could, at least put some fake eyebrows on. You can even draw them. There's makeup for that.
In 1997,
Lips too, get some Botox.
Sony Pictures released the now famous Men in Black movie with the mysterious title character Agent K and Agent J. Simply human beings with a desire to fight evil. The only powers that they have are derived from alien technology. Like the stories of actual Men in Black, this team dresses in black suits and sunglasses. The glasses are designed to prevent the memory-erasing neuralizer from wiping their own memories. The MIB agency is simply a government-run unit designed to keep the truth of aliens from humanity not yet ready to know the truth. Could the real Men in Black just be a government entity?
I've never seen that.
Are they associated with Area 51? Bender claimed the aliens communicated telepathically. Dr. Herbert Hopkins, a respected family physician from Old Orchard Beach, Maine, encountered the Men in Black in 1978. He described them as bald as an egg, without eyebrows or eyelashes. They had smooth, plastic skin, like a doll, except that it was dead white color, and spoke in an expressionless, monotone, scanning speech, as if you were hearing it from a machine that could talk. John Keel, who wrote the Mothman prophecies, theorized that the Men in Black were the androids or robots of...
Wow, that freaking photo is trippy because of the font. I thought that I couldn't see clearly. I was like...
who wrote the Mothman prophecies, theorized that the Men in Black were the androids or robots of a highly advanced society. In the end, we are left with more questions than answers, which seems to accomplish the goals of roving pairs of well-dressed alien watchers. Are we being observed and discouraged from learning the truth about aliens? And if so, is it our own government in charge? Or are these extraterrestrials threatening anyone who has an actual alien sighting?
Ooh.
If a pair of men dressed in black approached you about alien research, would you feel safe? Or would you panic,
No.
knowing that the truth is out there, and they already know it?
Again, I would die. Literally. Right there and then. Oh, the true story that still haunts New Jersey. I can't get enough of these. But well, guys, that was something. I feel like this is a very interesting topic to talk about with people who are interested in the same topics. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you believe in aliens, first of all, and what do you think? What do you think, guys? What do you think? I would love to read your all's comments. Thank you for joining me for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.